Thanks to 3M Cloud Drywall Picture Hangers for sponsoring this video.
Welcome back to Casa Refined. I'm Jorge. Today I have a very special video for you, a fan favorite some might call it, as I'm sharing some DIY wall art. Art is such a personal thing, and I think these are going to really elevate my home, hopefully give you some ideas of how you can create something custom for your space. Think textured, moody, effortlessly upscale. Plus, I'm very excited to partner with 3M Cloud Drywall Picture Hanger to show you how easy it can be to hang artwork, a mirror, even decor. Seriously, you're not going to want to miss the final result, so stick around to the end. Let's get started. This art piece might look familiar. This was actually a video I did a couple of years ago at this point. I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like this piece does not feel complete to me. It's not something that still draws me in, so my goal for this video is to complete the thought on this piece because I think it has potential.
Now, I did this a few years ago, but just a quick recap, I bought this art frame from the thrift store, added some floral hoops, primed it, and painted it with some lime wash paint. Honestly, I think it looked pretty good. However, I think we can make this minimal piece a little bit more elevated.
To be honest with you, it's not that bad. I feel like we're getting there, but it's not complete. So I think I'm gonna, before I even start thinking about color or the frame or whatnot, I'm going to start focusing perhaps on texture. I think adding texture to this is going to be a good way to kind of make it feel more cohesive. I think right now it feels like I just slapped on some floral rings, which I did. Okay, I'm gonna move over here on the table. It just makes it easier to show you. So before I start applying the texture, the paper mache clay, I'm thinking of, because I feel like it's going to take up a lot, especially as we get into these little crevices right here around the perimeter or the circumference of the rings, both the inside and the outside. I'm gonna glue some rope. I swear, me and artwork and rope are like this.
Now, the purpose of the rope here is to help fill in the gap between the floral hoop and the board. This will ensure that we use less paper mache clay, which will ultimately be better for the drying process. And speaking of paper mache clay, you might be wondering what in the world is that? Well, it's a hybrid between paper mache and clay, as the name calls it.
Okay, got my paper mache clay here. I actually ended up making a big batch.
Now, I've certainly shared this recipe before in past videos, so if you want to see a more in-depth tutorial, definitely check out this video after you watch this one because it has the recipe and some really cool DIYs that I think you might enjoy. But honestly, it's a pretty simple recipe to follow.
To be honest with you, I think the easiest thing is going to be to just scoop it out with my hands and spread it around, especially with all the curves and stuff.
You know, and it did turn out to be easier that way, especially for getting into the crevices between the hoops. Plus, I definitely recommend wearing a glove for this because it can get a little bit messy. Now that the entire board is covered, I'm giving it a light mist of water and smoothing out any areas with rough texture, making sure I'm not smoothing it out too much as I want the texture to really stand out.
It is the next day and for the most part, it's dry. There's some areas where I think it could use some more time, but for the most part, it's looking pretty great. I really, really love how just more cohesive, you know, it looks more cohesive, but I do think it could benefit from another coat of the paper mache clay. So I'm gonna add another coat right now, a bit lighter this time, and really focus on those areas that there's still some of the rope peeking through.
One thing I will say about paper mache clay is that sometimes it can crack, especially in the areas where you apply it on thick. That's why it's recommended to apply several lighter coats. But if it does crack, that's okay. It only happens during the drying process. Once it dries, it's as hard as a rock and it won't chip off. But I like to apply at least 2 coats. That way, all the cracks are nice and covered. I allow that to dry for 24 hours. Now I apply an acrylic based primer to prep for our paint. And speaking of paint, it's time to bring this piece to life with an acrylic based paint. What color would you paint this? I think rustic elegance is speaking to me, and I really want to highlight the beautiful texture. So for the first coat, I'm layering in a beautiful beige. Once that fully dries, we're going in with a medium brown. This one kind of looks like a chocolate milk brown. However, this time I'm applying it with a lint-free cloth. I love this because this really highlights the texture of the artwork, and it almost gives it an old world look. This would be a wonderful technique to use if you're trying to achieve a layered look for your textured or even abstract artwork. That paint layer is dry, so let's hit it with a black paint wash, which is essentially just watered down black paint. This further adds to the rustic elegance of the piece, and it really highlights the texture even more. In some cases, I'm layering in sort of an olive cream color, which might be reading differently on camera, but I think it's bringing the piece back to life. And you know, art is such a personal experience. It really is what you make of it, and what's great about making something yourself is that you can really customize it to your space and desires. The artwork is dry, but I do think it can benefit from a wooden frame, so let me quickly make one using hemlock wood, monitoring the corners, cutting to size. But before I attach it, let me do a quick paint wash that will highlight the natural beauty of the wood while bringing cohesion in the color tone. Overall, I think this will be a perfect color for our new artwork. And now I carefully glue the corners, secure it with a brad nailer, and attach it to our art frame. Of course, I will fill in the holes, do a touch up, and pretty much our art piece is ready to be displayed. I absolutely love how this artwork turns out, and I think it's gonna work perfectly in this back wall in the office. But before the final reveal, let's talk about hanging artwork the right way, because struggling with large nails, drywall anchors that leave large holes behind is a thing of the past. I found a better way, the 3M Claw. The 3M Claw drywall picture hanger is revolutionizing the way you hang artwork, mirrors, even heavy decor. Now this piece is pretty heavy, it's just over 30 pounds, so I will be using the 45-pound claw. In a previous video, I shared this large artwork, which I absolutely love. Definitely check out that video after this one. But for that, it was a pretty heavy piece, but using the 65-pound 3M Claw made it a lot easier. No large holes left on the wall, so definitely made it easier. Like I said, for this one, I am using the 45-pound. So let's set it up. It's honestly very easy to do. No drills, no hammers, just mark, push, and hang. Seriously, it's that simple. I love that this is a one-person job. You don't need someone holding it in place while you struggle with a level. And these 3M Claw hangers even come with a spot marker to help you find the perfect placement before committing. Super handy when you're trying to get that perfect balanced gallery wall. As you know, over the years, I've hung countless mirrors, pictures, artwork, and I've made huge holes with drywall anchors. I wish I would have discovered this sooner. And just like that, it is hung, secure, no large holes left behind. And here is the final result for our artwork. I absolutely love how it looks in this space. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. So if you're like me and love refreshing your walls without the headache of large nails, drywall anchors, or making huge holes, definitely check out the 3M Claw drywall picture hangers. These are game changers. I highly recommend them. I will go ahead and link them in the description below. Thanks again to 3M Claw for sponsoring this video. And very quickly, I want to show you how easy it is to remove this. I like to just take like a butter knife or something flat. There's probably something better I should use, but I like to just put it in there, pull it out. Look at that. 2 small holes are left behind, which is nothing compared to what I would normally make with drywall anchors. Always ends up leaving large holes. This is a much better solution. You can't even see them. For this art piece, I want to create something special for a vintage wooden frame that I sourced. It is so beautiful. Stick around to the end of the video to see the result. And I think something dark, moody with some contrast will work perfectly. So for the background color, I'm opting for just a simple black. Once that dries, I'm layering in with a medium to dark brown using a lint-free rag, rubbing it into place to create almost like a cloud-like effect, ensuring that the black is still peeking through. Next, I'll rub in a medium gray, which produces an interesting, sort of foggy, almost whimsical effect. I love it. Let the abstract begin. Now I am using an off-white acrylic paint using a medium brush to create a series of straight and curved lines. Now this is where the imagination comes into play. I'm really curious to know what is coming to your mind as you're seeing this piece. What does this look like to you? What do you envision? Let's sit back for a moment, take it in, let the imagination work, and then we'll come back. It is the next day and I gotta tell you, it looks so good, but we're not done quite yet. I want to add a little bit of interest to this piece, so I'm going to add some of this almost like a muted olive color just to add a bit of depth, a bit of character. Let's play around and find out. One technique I love in design is the use of repetition, and I think these dots will really, well, you tell me, what do you think this does? Now I do want to help further define these shapes and create almost a separation between the backgrounds. A simple black line around the entire form will help do just that. Maybe we can give our little dot friends a companion. Why not? I think they deserve a little companion. Maybe they need some color. Maybe an enemy. Is this art? Is this lunacy? What is this? Oh my gosh. Overall, I'm absolutely in love with how this art piece turned out. Let's frame it up and hang it up on our wall. Overall, I think it's a wonderful play on contrast and it matches, well, it works perfectly for this vintage frame. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Enjoy. Well friends, that'll do it for today's video. Let me know which of the projects was your favorite. I'm kind of curious to know. I also want to thank 3M Cloth for sponsoring this video. Seriously, these picture hangers are a game changer. I will link them in the description. If you want to see more videos like this, I will put a playlist here of my other DIY videos. All right, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.